Alright, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to start implementing the logic for the register, login, and the logout routes, right? And let's just start, right? Great. So I have my app.js and index.js open here in my from my Blogify directory. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start setting up the register route first, because that is always the first route that we need to log in or log out someone. You need to have a user first, right? All right, so now I'll do router.post. So we're going to have /register as a post to actually implement the logic, right? This is where the form will submit to. Great, and then we will have a callback, which will be res, right? And in here, now we're going to have to do user.register. And the reason that I'm not doing that just yet is because we have not included user in here. So let's just first do that. So I'll do const user is equal to require dot dot slash models slash user. Great. So now we have our user model imported here, and we can just simply work with it, right? Great. So here's the post route that we had to make, and in here what I'll have to do is I'll have to do user dot register, and here we give new user, if you remember, right? And the name will be rec.body.name. So we haven't given the names in the form yet too, but we'll do that in just a moment. Before that, we'll do email rec.body.email. Excellent. And then we are going to do rec.body.password for the password, right? Of course, we do need a comma. After this, we will have error user. Yeah, here it is. And in this, we will have if error console.log error, and then we have to res.redirect /register. Great. And else, if we do not have an error, what we have to do is we have to do passport.authenticate local, and then we'll do res next res.redirect /blogs, right? All right, so a lot of code here, and I'm not sure if you remember all of this from the authentication, but I'll just run over it quickly again, right? And before that, we'll have to change this. This is not what we have here. We have rec.res, and then we have an arrow function. Great. So in the beginning, we are just telling passport. So this register is added through the passport local mongoose plugin that we did on the user schema, if you remember, right? And then we are making a new user in which we give the name and the email, but we do not give the password, right? And that is because password needs to be given separately so that it can be encrypted and hashed into a really long string that we saw in the authentication video. And then we have the final function, which will be executed after the register. So we're checking if there's an error. We have to console.log error, and we have to redirect to /register. Otherwise, we will log the user in by doing this, right? Excellent. So, and okay, I figured out what the issue is. This needs to be after this, and great. So this is how it's supposed to be. You can change this too. So this will register the user for us. And the last thing that we do have left is that this rec.body is not working yet. So one thing, we do not have to set up the where is it? The body parser again, because body parser is app.use. So every file inside here is already going to have body parser in it. So we don't have to like add the lines in here again. right? All we have to do is we have to add the name, email, and the password names to our register.ejs view. Let's go there. And so in this input, I'll give name is equal to name, and here I'll have name is equal to email, and I'll have name is equal to password. Great. So now we can expect this to work, right? And let's go here. Let's refresh. It shows up. Excellent. And now let's make an account again. So I'll do John Doe as usual. Email will be johndoe@example.com, and password will be password. And okay, so this text needs to be changed too. We'll do that in just a moment. So we redirected to slash register. So let's see what the error is. So so is this not saved? It is saved, right? So why is this error coming in? Okay, so we'll test that again. Probably the server was not working correctly till then. And one thing, we have to change this to register, right? I'll refresh the page. Email is johndoe@example.com, and I clicked on enter by mistake. So I'll have to write that again. Email is johndoe@example.com. Password is password. Register. And I'm being redirected to this page again and again. So let's see what the error is. Oh, so it's in the passport.authenticate local. All right, so this was actually a really silly thing on my part. I don't know how I made this mistake. We haven't added the action and the method here. So I'll have to do slash register, and method is post. Now I'll refresh this, and now I'll do John Doe. Email will be johndoe@example.com. Password will be password, and I will register. Now there's some error, and passport is not defined. All right. Let's import the passport package in here. Great. Refresh. And the server was still restarting. Great. John Doe. Let's see John. johndoe@example.com. Password is password. Register. And we are still redirected to slash register. Missing username error. So name here is name. Alright, so the error basically is that Mongo is specifically expecting a field by the name of username in the user, right? And we could like tell it to use the name as a username, but as it does not do that by default, we'll just change this and we'll let it be like this, right? Okay, we can refresh, and I will let it be John Doe, and let it be John, and it will be John Doe example.com. Password will be password, and I will register. Bad request, and that will be because we need to do return here, and this needs to be rendered, right? Great. Now let's refresh our page, continue. And this will be not slash. Great. So let's do John Doe 1, John Doe@example.com, password, register. And we'll have to change this to username too, I guess. Right. So a lot of things needed to be changed in here, and we saw what those were, and hence we can just keep them in mind the next time we're doing things. Basically, this was like I was doing things really quickly, so I was bound to run into these errors because these are just really, really small things. Having a return, if we have multiple res dot somethings, then having a return is compulsory. Otherwise, this is a problem. Then we have to render something here. Great, and then we need to have the username specifically in the rec.body2. The name needs to be username, and we need to have a password in here. Right? Great. So with all that, now we have actually made a user and we are now logged in, and there's no way to see that right now, but believe me, we are logged in, right? Great. So all right, so our register route is now working fine, and just to check, we can go to our where's the Mongo? This is the Mongo daemon, right? So I'll open the Mongo in a separate tab. I'll go to Mongo. So you might be noticing I'm going into the authentication directory and then the Mongo, but that doesn't actually matter because Mongo will be central to your whole system. So it doesn't matter where you're entering from, right? So DBs, use Blogify. So collections, db.users.find. So you can see all the time when we were getting bad requests, our user was still being registered, and the bad request happens only because you are like you are doing something which it does not want you to do, so it gives you a bad request, but the user is still registered, right? All right. So we have all these users here, and all right. So now we have our users ready, and we can now make the logout route real quick. I'll do rec.logout and res.redirect /blogs. Great. And now we should go to logout. We are redirected back to blogs, but now we are no longer logged in, right? And I mean, there's no way I can show you that this is working at the current moment. But again, like the is logged in function in the authentication, we'll be adding a middleware here really soon. And then we'll test all these routes with that too, right? Great. And the last thing that's left, which we'll do real quick, is the router.host/login. And if you remember, login does not need to have anything inside its callback. So we can leave the callback as is, and the only other thing we'll do passport dot authenticate local, and we'll give an object which says failure redirect. So failure redirect should be /login, and great, and success redirect should be /blogs. Refresh. So our route is now made, but of course we need to like change the login.ejs route EJS file too, and let's do that real quick. So inside the login.ejs, I'll do action as /login, method as a post, and I'll have to change this to name to username, and that's basically all that I need to do, right? So the name needs to be added. So I'll do name of username, and this will be name of password. Great. So let's refresh. Let's go to /login. Go. Username will be Rondo2. Password will be password. password, and I log in. And I'm redirected to /blogs, meaning my login was successful. Great. So again, we don't have any way to actually find out if we are logged in or not, but we can just trust our instincts for now. And when we add the middleware in the next video, we'll see that this is actually working, right? Great. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.